Okay, so why don't we get into I feel like there are people who feel that they are passionless. Like they'll when you're on like Reddit or Google and someone will have a submitted question like, "Guys, help me. I'm like a 20-year-old male and I have no passion, I have no hobbies. I just wake up, go to work, eat, go to sleep." So for people like that who don't necessarily have a passion, what do you think are ways to find passions?
When we were talking about this topic and I was doing research on this topic, the one thing I found in some really nice articles was that like passions, they're already there, you know? Things that you like and things that you're passionate about are already there. They're already in your life and they're already like a part of your life. You just like haven't acknowledged them as a passion.
So like they're biologically ingrained,
No, no, they're already in
or
your
it's
life.
like,
They're already
oh,
like,
I like cook every day. I don't think about it.
yeah,
It's fun, but
like
I'm
I like
not
video,
addressing it as a
yeah, or like I
passion.
like video games or like biking. Those are passions, but you don't even acknowledge them as passions. You kind of like push them to the side, looking for this bigger passion that is the ultimate passion. Like maybe you want to be an astronaut, like, but you want to be an astronaut when you're a kid and you grow up wanting to be an astronaut, but you're not making moves towards this idea of being an astronaut. Maybe you're like really into bikes as well, but you like want to be this astronaut, but you also are currently into bikes. Like that is your passion. Like
Hmm.
the passion's with you already, Like this person that might be 20 years old with no hobbies or nothing to do but go to work and come home. There's things in his life that he's enjoying, but he isn't acknowledging as a passion.
So for someone who is that way, where it's like, oh, I don't recognize any of my passions that I'm doing, is there a way to actively search out, oh, what am I already passionate about?
I would say take a step back and like realize what you're doing in your day. Maybe start journaling about it and write down the things you're doing in your day and where you find the enjoyment in these things.
You know what I just thought of? It could be as simple and subtle as a process of doing something. So like for example, when I wake up, I have a morning routine of like brushing my teeth. I'll floss as well in the morning. That's a new habit. I
You
can't
floss.
stop now. I can't
Oh, dude,
stop.
once you floss, you can't stop.
I know.
It's so good though.
That's
There's nights
great.
where like you don't floss and you're like, or you're
You're
out
like,
at a
ah,
friend, yeah, out
gross.
at a
Like
friend's house, yeah, you're
oh,
like, I need to
and you
floss.
know when you like floss and then you spit out the saliva that was in your mouth and it tastes like gross? That's been there the whole
This would
time.
be so random, but you have that stanky tooth.
No,
You don't have that stanky
not the
tooth?
one stank
Damn.
tooth.
Me and a
No.
couple of my homies were talking about it recently. It's always tight, and my sister too. Every time you floss, there's that one tooth that just like has something about it. No,
No.
you'll get that. You'll find that one day.
One day. No, but like I'll wake up, brush my teeth.
You floss in the morning
That's what I'm saying.
before you eat or after you
That's what
eat?
I'm saying. Before I eat,
Why?
I can't stop now. I brush my
I go into
teeth.
Mark's
Here's
room.
the
He's in there, beard full, skinny, just flossing his teeth.
I'm soldering floss.
Can't stop
I'm
flossing.
soldering my teeth.
It's 4 a.m.
No, so what I do is I wake up, brush my teeth before I rinse out my mouth while there's still toothpaste foam after brushing. I'll floss. Like
Huh.
yeah, so then like hopefully some toothpaste can get in between my gums and stuff.
That's a cool thing. I was watching a video about 2 Chainz about how he's talking about how he always flosses. Like he can't stop flossing as well. But he was always saying, and me and Josh, one of my buddies from school, was always talking about how like this is such a important process in our flossing. It was floss before. 'Cause you gotta get the stuff out. 2 Chainz was like, yo, you gotta get the stuff out before you brush your teeth.
That's that's what I'm saying.
But you
Well, I
floss
brush
after.
my teeth, floss, and then rinse out my mouth with all the excess foam. So like I'll brush my teeth. We're going in about brushing my teeth. Brush my teeth, a bunch of foam.
Yeah.
I'll spit that out so my mouth is dry, but I didn't rinse out with water yet.
Okay.
Once I spit all the foam out, my mouth is dry, but I'll floss. Then I will rinse out all the excess, like dried on foam and stuff,
Hmm.
and have a fresh mouth then.
Even at the nighttime?
I will do that at nighttime, but nighttime's different because I will floss first and then brush.
Yeah.
In the morning, I will brush
That
and
would
then
make
floss.
sense. Okay. In the morning, at night, it would make more sense to, because like, when you floss, you get it all out. But like when you brush again, you can get in those places that you just flossed out. Versus if you like,
Yeah.
if you brush first and then floss after, there's still like the stuff in between the teeth.
Yeah, but in the morning, there's none. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
right.
Because you haven't eaten anything yet.
Anyways, I guess I'm passionate about flossing,
Apparently
which isn't even what I was gonna
apparently
say.
We both are.
I was gonna, I was gonna say my morning routine is brush
Sweating
teeth.
from that one. That
I
was
know
an
it's
intense
warm.
topic. Yeah, that's
I get heated.
good topic.
I'm getting heated. Brush teeth, floss, wash my face. Sometimes exfoliate. I'll put on this like toner, which basically resets your face balance because washing it disrupts the balance.
Okay.
Then I'll put on this like hydration thing. Then I'll put on lotion, face lotion, moisturizer, and then I will put on sunscreen.
Okay.
So it's quite the process.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of realizing, as you said, things that you do in your everyday that you don't realize are passions. I think I would say self-care, but it's more specifically self-grooming, just like in the morning of just having that, or maybe it's morning routines combined with self-grooming that's like a passion of mine. I love getting up. I literally spend like not 30 minutes, but like 15 solid minutes of that entire process I just laid out. And I'm just like, yeah, this is like, I got to do it. It's part of my day. Like,
Hmm.
I enjoy it. I feel like it almost, in a sense, sets the tone for the day, just
And
like
like you
spreading
said,
your
you
bed.
wake up and you're like excited to floss, you know, like it's just what it is. So I don't know, that could be a passion too, you know.
Yeah.
The thing with finding passions that are not necessarily known as to be like great passions, like being an astronaut would be,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
These passions, they have their subcategories, you know, like you can dive deeper in these subcategories. For example, the biking thing. Say you like biking and you've always like, oh, I go for a bike ride like 3 times a week. There's so many subcategories. There's building bikes, there's fixing bikes, there's
Yeah.
riding bikes, there's painting bikes, there's taking photos of bikes, there's
Flossing bikes,
flossing
soldering bikes. Or
bikes.
even like things that are associated with biking, like maybe just like being outside, seeing new areas of your subdivision, or just going to different
For
places,
sure.
discovering new
Yeah,
areas.
maybe
Like,
take a camera with you now, and now you have like another hobby that you're doing with your
mhm.
biking. You know, for even an example with that is the soldering thing. It was because of the overarching umbrella of audio, my interest in audio and music gear that like brought me to gear, and then brought me to building gear, and that brought me to soldering. And I'm like, whoa, cool! I found this like subdivision under this umbrella,
Yeah.
branching down
Yeah.
to this one topic that interests me.
So in about, years time, I expect an arc reactor to be powering
I'm gonna
your basement.
come to the podcast with like this fucking thing that Iron Man has. What's it called?
Arc reactor.
Is that what it is? Oh,
I don't know if they actually exist, like in real life, or that was a made up thing.
oh, dude. I didn't even know. When you said arc reactor, I thought it was like you were talking about someone else.
No, that's Tony Stark.
Cool.
Yeah, that's dope. It's cool to almost introspectively reflect on like, well, what is it that I do every day that like where am I finding the small joys? Is it my morning routine? Is it making breakfast, or just like presenting breakfast on a nice plate with like putting all the eggs different from the bacon and like making it look nice? Like there's so many subtle small ways that you could find joy. And I guess like, you're right. It's not I love to paint, I love to make music, sing. Like it's
Mhm.
not like a very loud passion, a
But
very
it is a
obvious
passion
passion,
to yourself,
but
no
it
matter
could be
what.
something that
Yeah,
you just enjoy.
the only reason I related to music and that kind of like artistic passion is because I'm in that world and so are you, kind of
Mhm,
thing.
mhm.
But there is so many other passions you can have that aren't in that world, you know?
I wonder what the craziest, most obscure, weird passion is.
Just Google it.
Schkugel?
Yeah, no, I said you should
I
Google it.
know, I know.
Skoogle? What's Skoogle?
Schkugeling is my passion. Anyways, it's kind of like that saying, if you want good things to happen, look for miracles. If you look for miracles, you'll find them. And
Mm.
it's almost like, okay, well, miracles are all around us. Passions are all around us. If you look for them, you'll find them.
Mhm.
I like that.
And something with you like to present your breakfast, you like to do your morning routine like you're talking about. There's so many avenues with that. You can do a B&B, like a morning specific B&B where you host a B&B just for like a morning sanctuary.
Bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
For some reason, I didn't clue in that you were saying B&B. Dude, I thought
Dude, a bed and breakfast is a good idea.
it's gonna be called Passion and Breakfast P&B.
P&B,
Peanut
nice.
butter. I thought the other day it'd be so fun to open a bed and breakfast.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like it aligns with your passions,
You
of
can
things that you
like,
actually enjoy.
Be
You know?
hospitable. I love hosting.
It's like a
things.
sanctuary. So it's like in the morning you'd have yoga, meditation, exercise, this routine, a nice breakfast, and then they go on their day, you know? Like
Damn.
the B&B. But it's just like one avenue of this passion that you find. So you enjoy morning routines. What can you do with that? How can you expand that?
Yeah.
How can you dive deeper into that?
Cool.